You cut a straight line, break it off, and then you have your piece of glass.
We're organizing the layout for the plates that are going to be placed on the tables.
They're all part of a connecting message. So we're trying to go gradient from like purpley blues to greens.
There are 3 sets in total, and we want them to all relate somewhat in terms of meaning, but be unique. But also we want the color palette to kind of be consistent, so that there'll be some nice visual unity in it.
You know, we learned about the actual event and the program, the other programs that they run, and wanting to integrate that, but wanting the students to feel as though the words actually reflected their education and what they, thought was important. And then also balancing that with something that was aesthetically pleasing.
Each sound wave says like a different quote or saying that we found about education. And we do it with a computer program that like records our voice and the sound wave of it. And then we print it off and then it makes the fine.
So what does that one say?
This one says, public education is Canada's future.
Zoe and Isabel spoke them over and over and over to get the kind of graphic that we felt would work well with these shapes.
Students must be taught how to think, not what to think.
So what she just said, the quote, looks like this when it's produced in sound waves.
So now we have that thought translated visually, which we will then lay into these and fires.
I was really on board with figuring out how to get the students involved in creating a meaning that can't necessarily be seen by just looking at the pieces, but the students know, and the people who receive the gifts will know as well.
We wanted to show that even though they're all individual, they are unified, and that there's the strength and the coherency in the difference.
There are 15 small dishes that will all be separated, but together they all relate in meaning.
The whole basis of this is kind of like leadership and like community and unity and like working together. Our idea was like to make an infinity symbol that like shows our future, that's being like led by all the pieces that have been put together in a community. So like someone will take away like their plate because it's going to individual people, but it'll still be part of a larger image, so it shows how like everyone's part of like a bigger picture.
And then we will do a single firing, and that takes about 8 hours, and it goes up to a temperature of 2400 degrees.
So basically I'm making a kiln solution here, and this is so that the molds and the glass don't stick together.
And the glass slowly begins to warm up enough that it relaxes into the molds, and that's how we get the shapes. So it's a 2-stage firing.
Because you always wonder, when you give them that ownership, how it's going to turn out, and then it's just once they actually get it and they understand and they start making things that look beautiful, it's like, oh, it's so great. We just step back and let them do their thing.
And like seeing the plates like right now, it looks so cool. I'm like, wow, I made that. Like it looks like I could get it from a store. And it was just an awesome experience.
We weren't just making something beautiful, we were making something that was really relevant and impactful to our education system, so it really relates to us personally as students.
When we make with these and our eyes and this, there's something powerful in it. This group are real hard, dedicated makers, and so their efforts and the mind, the energy, is in each of these plates that you receive. It's authentic. It happened in a school.
When we find a way to work together, we can make something beautiful using the beauty of being different.
Thank you for all that you've done for us. We hope you like them.
I think they're actually luscious. They're so rich, delightful.